down here waiting. Oh, man. All right, Umoja, give me a couple of seconds and we'll get the toast on, all right? It's Umoja. Umoja is the principle of the day. Umoja is the principle of the day. Umoja is the principle of today. All right, I'm still working on camera angles and stuff. So we're trying to work this out just a little bit. Let me adjust it just a little bit because I don't feel 100% confident about this right here. I want to move it just a little bit forward. There we go. Maybe I might need to move it back. I don't know. But we're working on it. You know, Nyame journey is a journey. All right, so as y'all see, we have killed this one during the day. So I have to bring out a new one for y'all. Don't be frightened. Don't be frightened. This is the original. Of course, you know we got to start off with the water. So today is, yes it is. Today is Umoja. Of course, we're going to start off with some water. Start the day off right. Another one of those. Man. Drink that water. Make sure you get hydrated. Keep that energy. Allow that oxygen to flow in you. So today is Umoja, trust, the law of mentalism, and we are going to have a powerful discussion about it. Before we get into that, I need y'all to know once again, remember I'm flipping the order around, so you're going to see footage that I did earlier. I mean, how much earlier can you do it than 3:30? All right, but you know, that's what we do here, you know, so I can try to keep up, especially during the week. We won't be going to the board today. We're going to be going to the chair. So when I'm doing the chair, y'all know that I'm doing little pre-productions on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I'm going to try to do the board, but I'm coming from the chair on all the other days, all right? Most of them, let's just say it like that. That's where it stands right now. So we're going to hit on Umoja, a little bit of truth, and a whole lot of mentalism, right? Because we really need to look at those things. Now, today is the release date for Freedom Within Limits. All right, check it out. I'm going to post up the link so that you can get it. I'll be doing all that a little bit later on today. Read it. Let me know what you think. You get it on Kindle. It'll be going out, I think, about $3 on Kindle. You're going to get it. Get it while it's cheap. Also, you get it for $10 on my Create space. So I'm going to put all that up so that you can, those that are interested, you get it. Because you see, I killed this one. Got all the little bacteria floating around in there. So, I'm going to pour that in there. Wash that bottle out. Now we got to go and open up a new one. So, just to keep them separate, I'm going to just drink this one real quick because I want to see how this one tastes by itself. All right. Allow the air out for about 2 days. The sediment you see, once again, is the colony of kombucha. The colony. So everywhere that some of this kombucha goes, some of the colony goes. So whether I have it in the small bottles, like that, or the other brown bottles that y'all see me bring with me, no matter how much I strain it, the colony goes with it. And the colony, or the culture, as I like to put it because they teach me so much, the culture makes sure that the drink stays consistent. So if something happened to the culture, if it's too hot or it get boiled or it freezes, it could survive pretty much cold, cool temperatures because you can put it in the refrigerator. But if you boil it, it'll kill the culture, right? And that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to get those probiotics. So we're going to have our water. Now we're about to do our toast. First, we call on the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. Call that energy into our lives. Even though it's already here, we want to recognize it. We want to be aware of that energy. See, we learned something. We want to be aware of the Creator's energy flowing around us, and flowing through us, and flowing with us, right? So we salute the Creator and we say Ashe. From there, we move on to our personal ancestors. We toast our ancestors. We want them to know that they have our love and that they have our support, just like we have their love and we have their support. We want to toast all those that made it possible for us to be who we are, right? It's a beautiful thing, right? So we want to toast them and we want to salute them and we say Ashe. From there, we move on to this moment of Umoja. We want to recognize this moment. We want to recognize the Umoja energy in this moment. We want to recognize the law of mentalism in this moment. We want to recognize the truth, meiotic principle of truth in this moment, right? And we want to come to realizations within ourselves about these things. And in those realizations, free ourselves. We say Ashe. From there, we say, we pour and we drink for our children, our children's children into infinity. We drink health so that we could be around to enjoy some time with them, you know what I'm saying? But we also want to make sure that we leave a legacy for them, right? Thinking generationally. So we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. A little bit more carbonated. I'm gonna put some of those Put some of that in the bottle. So y'all ready to get started? Oh, hold on. We still experimenting with the oiling. In the workout today, stretches, some isometrics. I'm trying to get my kicks back. I'm trying to get a little bit of my capoeira moves back because I'm trying to inspire some of my capoeirista brothers to come out and teach my kids. All right. So y'all heard me, right? Because I'm rusty. I can't do it. So I need some of the younger ones, or there's one capoeirista in Columbus that's older than me, but he's good, you know. But somebody need to come out and teach my kids. You know, I'm doing a lot of other stuff. I need my kids to learn some capoeira. Some of the stuff we got going on every other Saturday, we have brother Anthony Nesbitt. He's coming out. He's teaching the crew how to box. You know what I'm saying? The basics of boxing. We got Miss Tracy. She teaching the Vedic math. Brother Allende is coming out and doing drum and dance, you know, because he's teaching the males how to dance. They also working on drumming. Of course, we're going to get somebody out there to teach the sisters how to dance as well. And then we get into the Nyame course, you know what I'm saying, the warrior training. So we got the body handle with the boxing and the drill. We got the spirit handle with the drum, right? Miss Tracy handling the mind with the with the Vedic math, and you know we're gonna fill in the rest with the lessons. All right. So with that, we're gonna start this oiling and we're gonna get busy.
Too black, too black.
All right, y'all. So, we just got out of Imani. We're moving into Umoja. And I just wanted to cover some thoughts from the chair, as you can see, on this great day of, that's right, Umoja. Listen. So on Umoja, let me find my cheat sheet. On Umoja, we're dealing with, of course, unity, which is Umoja, truth, mentalism. The male name is Kojo, and the female name is Adwa. Well, anyway, and the color is violet. All right, purple, like a, But anyway, let's just talk about this for a second. Now, in my mind, as y'all know, what's been sticking with me is the whole concept of. Matter of fact, let me read it straight to you. Awake out of thy suffering, O thou who lies prostrate. Awake thou, thy head is in the horizon. Now, this has been on my mind since Ujima, this proverb, and what I need to stress on this day of Umoja, since we are moving into it. I want to keep it because we talked about it on Ujima, we talked about it on Nia, we talked about it on Kuumba, we talked about it on Imani, but I want you to understand that in Umoja, all of the principles must work together in order for unity to happen, right? So we got to have all of our principles and everything working together as one, right? So along with Umoja, on this day, we have truth, which is a Mahadic principle. We have the law of mentalism, which is a hermetic law. So first, now, when we talk about unity, we talk about the 5 elements of the human being working as one, right? Working as one. 5, intuition, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical, all acting as one, right? And in them acting as one, what starts to happen is we start to awaken, right? We awaken. We're able to awaken. Now, what the law of mentalism tells us is that the all created the universe or the multiverse, or however you look at it, through mentalism, through thought, right? The universe is a manifestation of the thoughts of the creator. And since they call it the all within the all, right? This all is in everything, and it's in you. Now, when you awaken within yourself, when you awaken yourself, right, you have access to this power of the all. And since you have access to the power of the all, this means that if the universe is mental, it can be affected by other mental things. So you can start shaping your own reality by you shaping your mind, and by you shaping your thoughts. Now, how do you do this? You do this by becoming conscious and being aware of what goes on in your mind, right? One of the first laws when you entered the temples of Kemet was control of thought. Why? Because the thoughts form into our lives. Many of us are laying prostrate. Many of us are asleep, and our thoughts are just randomly going. What I'm saying is that if you want to go to the next level in life, you have to get control of your mental. You got to get control of your mind. What are the things you think? What are the things you're thinking about, right? Are they productive in your life? Are they bringing to you the things that you need in your life? Very simple, right? What about the systems you are establishing in your life? Have you established systems that get your mind focused on what it needs to be focused on, rather than having other people's systems and applying yourself in other people's systems, right? You need to start building yourself. You need to start with your intuition, your mind, your emotions, your spirit, and your body, right? You need to build these things and start working on them and make them powerful, because when they come together as one, the suffering and the change fall out. Now, this is thoughts from the chair. I'm doing it in advance, this is called pre-production, right? So you hear all the noise, and it's cool. We work on that eventually, right? But we're getting better at what we're doing, because you see I'm not as dark as I was yesterday, and I got my shirt on, right? So in this segment, what we're going to do is we're starting the Kuumba. I decided to flip things a little bit. So you'll get this part right after the toast on a regular basis, right? If I can do it. Except when we go to the board, because we're going to go to the board like on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, because I'm up late on Tuesday and Wednesday night, making sure I get all the production done for the show so that you can get it. But then we'll move straight into the work where I'm that part of my ritual where I'm cleaning up the kitchen or whatever part of the house I'm cleaning up, and then we'll move into the workout meditation. Then after that, that's when I'm gonna take the ice cold shower. All right. So now, you don't have to do what I do. Understand this. I'm not doing this so that you can be like, I need to do it like Brother Haatim. No, I'm doing it so that you can see that it's effective. You can see the slight changes in my body, right? You can see with the results from me, oil letting, what's going on, right? I ain't, because it's like, it don't grow teeth back, but it stops a lot of the pain that you might get because it purifies. You can see what's going on with me in the kombucha, with me in that ambrosia. You know what I'm saying? As far as the health drink, you eventually start seeing some of the changes and stuff in my life because of the daily focus I have on the principles and the daily focus on making sure that I'm pouring libations and feeding my ancestors, taking care of my ancestors because they take care of us. And as you start incorporating systems into your life, you'll start seeing and noticing the changes and the power behind those changes. This is Brother Haatim, and I'm thanking you for tuning in. I ask you to like, subscribe, and most importantly, share. Help me reach my goal of 200. I'm going to do 200 by, let's say, June 21st, summer solstice. I'm going to see if I can make it to 200, and I need your help to do that, all right? This is Brother Haatim, and with that, I'm saying peace. You are now listening to Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. If you're not adding anything to the culture that you claim, you don't deserve to carry his name. This is Brother Haatim coming at you live, and you are now listening to the Nyame Journey Radio.
Shouts out to the Nyame tribe, Nyame family. Stand up. Peace.
Be sure to follow Nyame Journey on Facebook, Google Plus, and Twitter. Check us out. Join the journey.
Thank you for watching the video. I want you to subscribe. Click the bird right there, the fiery bird. And I also have a special video just for you, right there. And for those that want more information about Nyame Journey, go to our site. It should be right about there.